disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
God of War is an action hack and slash game that was first released in 2005 on the PlayStation 2. The setting revolved around Greek mythology and you played as Kratos, son of Zeus and God of War. The series was successful and spawned several sequels as a result.
The gates of Hades have never held me.
Now that we have fast forwarded to 2018, we have a new release title, this time without a number behind it. Even though this latest title is known only as God of War, it is definitely a direct sequel to the long-running series. Hi everyone, I am Lucas from Aussie Gamers Express, and today I am taking a look at the 2018 released God of War. Starting off with the biggest changes to this new God of War title has got to be the way that we look at and play the game. Previously, all of the God of War games have been played from an above or isometric viewing angle. This time around, however, the camera has been moved behind Kratos in an over-the-shoulder style, which is very similar to another game of a similar name. Long-time fans may have found themselves breathing heavily with cold sweats and worrying about whether this would upset the feel of the game, and I would have to say that it did nothing but further the game into the new generation of graphical fidelity and absolute beauty. While the camera has changed the way the game looks, well, somehow they just haven't lost that God of War feel to the gameplay. The DNA of the original series is very much still present in this new and improved way of playing the game.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
The combat in God of War still feels like a good medium-paced hack and slash game like the originals, but now it makes the player feel like they're in control of every single hit that they place upon an enemy. The previous games really were just button mashes for the most part. Best thing I've got to say about this one, the quick time events are gone. This time around, the controls are precise, and taking on dozens of enemies at the same time is as much of a strategy as it is button mashing. You can button mash if you like, but get used to seeing the continue screen after you keep dying. The story in God of War is where the game really shines. While the graphics and gameplay are almost second to none, the story is one of the best that I have experienced in a very long time.
You lost control.
That thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot.
Kratos has aged, and the opening scenes introduce us to his son Atreus. The early stage of the game show off the struggling relationship between the young boy and his emotion-poor father.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Ow!
As the game progresses, so does the relationship between father and son. There are moments of happiness, anger, sadness, and fear. I haven't seen a relationship developed this well within a video game since, well, I don't think I've ever seen it done this good before. Without spoiling anything, the storyline here runs along a path where Kratos' past is catching up with him as he knew it eventually would. An unknown stranger comes knocking on his door and insists on a fight. Kratos and his son must leave their home to find out who this stranger is to ensure no one else comes knocking.
Long way from home, aren't you?
What do you want?
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
Whatever it is you seek, I do not have it.
Right, now for some really cool stuff. Kratos begins the game with what is called the Leviathan Axe. This bit of kit provides so much diversity and fun to the gameplay, not to mention how satisfying it is to see it flying back into Kratos' hands in a Thor's hammer style. Well, while on the topic of Thor and Thor-like things, this time around the game is set in Midgard, within Norse mythology, instead of Greek. How is this even possible? Well, I'm happy to say that the game competently explains this, so if you must know, get playing. Now, I've got to mention game length. Game length isn't something that I would normally mention in my reviews, but God of War is different. I spent 3 full days playing the game from start to finish with very minimal deviation from the main quest lines. The point that I'm trying to make here is that the game is massive, but it never outstayed its welcome. While I'm on the topic of game length, I should mention that there are a ton of side missions that you can go and complete if you want to break from that main story. There is a lot to see and do here, including optional boss fights and collectibles to spend hours searching for. The map is designed around a semi-open world. There is a central hub area where you can roam freely, however the sections that branch from there are very linear like in previous games. God of War is an overwhelming rollercoaster ride of emotions, excitement and bloody fun gameplay. Any fan of the previous games will do themselves well to play this game as soon as they can. For anyone not interested in the previous games, well, this game could be for you too. God of War has clearly grown up with its fan base, and it's likely that a lot of original fans will be able to sympathise with the issues that Kratos is facing with his young boy. To finish off here, God of War is a game that I can easily say with confidence that it is money well spent. Is it a Game of the Year contender? Well, watch this space. That's all I've got time for on God of War. If you have any questions, comments or concerns, please use the comment section down below. If you haven't already, now is a good time to click the like button and subscribe to our channel and come back when we post new videos and reviews. Thank you all for watching. I am Lucas, and until next time, I will see ya!
Wow, that was something, that fight. Here, catch. Well, that was a waste of a perfectly good hour.
How were you not seen?